What do you get when a staunch Republican and a left-wing liberal work through their differences and do a podcast? You get Red, White, and You with John and John.
Breka, you are a children's author, correct?
That's right.
Is it religious books that you write?
Well, first I was writing books, Jewish books, and now I write books that have universal messages, children's books.
That's
and
the best.
also, I recently, my memoir was published, a story about my life and overcoming food addictions.
Oh, yes. Plenty of people, I feel, would connect with that.
Yep, it's true.
What is an example of a universal message?
Okay, great question. Well, like one book is Where is God? It's about a little boy who's searching for where is God and what he discovers. Another book is called I Want to Be Famous. And this book, and I want to say, where is God is basically a very common question that children ask. So
I would always wonder that. Like, where is it?
I lean like, I'm kind of like, I lean to the left, and I don't like, it's not that I don't believe in God. I don't think we should be forcing it. Like, it kind of sounds like you're forcing it on children, and I don't feel like you should be forcing children.
I feel like you should. They need to know. They need to have the fear instilled in them.
Well, I'm not forcing it. I'm bringing up the idea because when I grew up, my father didn't believe in God, and this is something I was always wondering about.
So you didn't like your father because he didn't believe in God? You thought that was wrong?
I really love my father. He was awesome, but he just wasn't into. He thought the Bible was a bunch of fairy tales, and
yeah, I kind of feel that way.
Yeah, that's how.
What?
That's how John feels.
Yeah, I kind of feel it's awful.
I feel
John doesn't agree with me.
I don't. I feel like we should have school prayer.
Right. Different views on this. Well,
different strokes for different folks.
I think it's fantastic that you guys are doing this. Like with your different views, this is amazing. I just think I'm writing the kind of books I wished I had as a child, which bring up these questions, and I think it's a wonderful thing because children just think about this kind of thing a lot. They do. They wonder
that.
it.
They ask that kind of stuff.
What was that?
They ask that kind of stuff. They always wonder.
Right.
You can always just stop the wondering by telling them there's no God, because that's kind of just the truth.
But that's
facts. I mean, people on the right always want to throw facts at me. There's a fact at you. There's no gods.
This is very interesting. So, do you consider yourself an atheist?
Yeah, I do.
Because, like, I when I started learning about Judaism, there was this rabbi that really blew my mind. He really opened up my way of thinking. And he would say, if he met someone that called themselves an atheist, he would go, wow, I never met an atheist, because it's like really exciting to meet someone that knows there's no God in the world.
I agree.
Are you insulting me? Are you telling me I'm
God bless America?
You're just saying I'm lesser than everyone else.
He's like,
that sounds like.
Yes, I agree.
No, it's like really interesting to meet a person that knows there's no God. How do you know?
This is the truth.
How do you know so much, John?
Because it's on the internet. I mean, if there was a God, like, everybody's life would be perfect. Like, why would you have a shitty life? You wouldn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. I apologize.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a really kind of boring God, to think about a God like that. That sounds like a life of just
he has no purpose. He just really is a vessel.
I just feel like that God, like the God that
Satan
people
is tricking you, and
no, I just feel like that people that talk about this fictional God, they just want to control you, and I don't think it's right to control people.
Control. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's all about.
I
think that's really what all the Christian religion is really just about, controlling people.
That's what you have to do.
Oh, you mean you have to do that because otherwise people will be evil?
You have to control people, or else they're gonna think.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
Like
people
guy.
need to be free.
Just
like
John the Baptist
anybody.
was John. He spells his name without an H. I feel like he's trying to.
I don't know why you're always insulting me for the way I spell my name.
Like transsexuals.
That really.
Like you've removed the H from your name, just like removing an Adam's apple.
First of all, my parents gave me that name.
Ate of the apple because of Eve sinning. Women are evil.
That is sexist as hell.
It's biblical.
Do you understand that, John? You understand what hell is? I'm sure you do, because that's biblical.
Yes, and I'm not going there.
Well, you're going to hell because you're a racist. You're homophobic.
It's the way of the Lord, our Lord.
Sexist.
Can you believe this guy?
Are you guys joking? I don't know if this is for real or you're joking. I can't tell. But well, I'll just keep talking.
Yes,
okay.
That's what I
expected. Another children's book I wrote is called I Want to Be Famous, and this book is about a child who is just like seeking acclamation from outside of himself,
or like Corey Haim.
I still kind of feel like you're going back to the God thing, like you're trying to push religion on people.
Okay, so push religion on people. I mean, I am introducing the concepts. I don't see it as pushing.
You just
because
plant the seeds.
If I write the book, they don't have to read the book. I mean, it's making it available.
But you do want people to read it, though, right? And you are trying to achieve something with the book.
Yeah, right. I am trying to open minds to this idea.
Force kids into believing into God.
No, you just plant the seeds, John.
Right. I'm planting
Johnny
these
Appleseed.
seeds.
You know I don't like that.
I would have liked to have known about these ideas when I was a child, and I didn't. So I'm offering these ideas.
Yeah,
so do you think do you think your childhood would have been different if you knew these things?
Well, I had a really great childhood, but later on...
So it was fine without God.
Pony rides and rainbows.
Right, but later on in my teenage years, that's when the problem started, and the eating disorders, which
John is a chronic masturbator. He never brings this up, but I know. I've seen some of his...
Can we not talk about that? That's personal. I told you that like when it was just you and I hanging out. This is why I never trust a conservative. I don't know why I'm friends with one.
Oh, luckily I didn't even hear what he said, so don't worry about that. Okay.
You're a lucky gal.
So the idea of I Want to Be Famous is that basically he learns after he becomes famous for a short time that it doesn't last that long, and I mean usually, and that to get to shine from within, to have the spotlight shining from within,
yes,
that can last forever.
Fame never lasts. It only fades.
What?
Well, I don't think there should.
You have to put it inside you, John.
That's rude, and I don't think
it to last.
I really don't think there should be any.
I don't think.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk, John. I don't like it when you're interrupting me. What I was trying to say is I really don't think there should be any person who's famous. I think we should all be famous because that's the point of equality. We should all be on the same level. So we really should try to stop people from becoming
socialism.
Famous. No, it's not. That's equality. Well, it is.
Equal,
it is, but socialism.
Nobody shines. Nobody shines in socialism.
No, everybody shines in socialism. That's the point. We're all equal. We all shine together. And then the people on top.
If you don't shine, I don't shine.
We have to bring the people that are on top. We have to. Would you stop interrupting me?
He is our commander in chief.
Well,
I don't know why you're laughing. You think I'm funny? Is that what it is?
It's interesting. It's just interesting.
I get a little heated about these things,
I don't know. I've never been on a show like this, and I think it's kind of fascinating that you're doing this, having these two different views together.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point about it is because, we do disagree a lot, but we are close friends, but we want the world to see that you can
We're
disagree
closer than you can
with somebody. You can disagree with somebody and still be a good friend.
And still push your head into the carpet. I was going to say that we have hot topics we'd like to touch on. I would like to bring one of them into the show right now.
Yes.
And now it's time for tonight's hot topic.
Tonight's hot topic is birth control. The only birth control is abstinence. Go.
No, that's bullshit. Abortion is a great birth control, and birth control pills, and wearing a condom, obviously. But I don't really think you should wear condoms. I think you should just be able to abort your baby, or just take some pills so that you don't have a baby. Birth control pills. Did I win?
Oh, who's supposed to decide? Oh.
Did you win? Did Breaka?
What's your opinion on birth control, Breaka?
Oh my goodness, I have 6 children. So.
So you don't you don't
she
believe
agrees with me.
You don't believe in abortion.
If it happens, it happens. You deal with that. You have those 6.
I think you should have the choice to get rid of. Sometimes you mess up. Sometimes you get really drunk, do some heroin, have sex with somebody, and you give them a baby. You should be allowed to kill that baby.
A life is a life. It's precious.
You should be able to undo your mistakes.
We believe that under certain circumstances, abortion is necessary.
It is. He's saying. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm saying it. I agree with you, Breaka.
He's a filthy heathen.
Usually, you God types don't agree with me, but I'm glad to see that you do.
Like, what do you think? I want to ask you, John, the conservative, if the mother's life is in danger, is abortion needed?
Never. That mother's never in danger.
So you're just saying you will let the mother die?
A mother's instinct is to have a baby.
That's messed up. You're a killer.
A mother is a loving mother, no matter
what. You're a racist, you're a sexist.
She's not in danger. If she's
a
in danger, she should have never got pregnant. Her body wouldn't allow her to get pregnant if she couldn't handle it.
That's bullshit. Some people don't know if they're not going to be able to handle it.
They can always handle it.
You're a murderer.
I'm a conservative.
Murderer.
A conservative.
Red rum.
USA stands for us, asshole.
If I understand correctly, I think that the Jewish view is that if the mother.
I'm talking about the American view.
Well, I'm just.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you got to remember, Breaka. He's racist, and he doesn't recognize the Jews as a race, and he's recognizing them as non-American. Or I mean, he's recognizing them as a race, is what I meant. But they're Jews. They could be American too.
I'm addressing them, but they don't have any say in what happens on our land.
They're just people, and they should be equal and treated like people like us.
So, okay. Now what happens here?
Tell us more about your books.
What's your next book going to be about?
So you got Famous, you got the God-forcing one. What's the one after that?
Well, I was going to tell you about the Invisible book.
Okay.
It's about, many
Wonder
people
Woman?
say I don't believe in God because God's invisible. I've never seen God, but it's interesting. We believe in it's a very simple book, but it just talks about we believe in gravity. We believe in time. We believe in electricity.
Yeah, but all those things you can measure in science.
We can measure gravity?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can measure weight, but like
you can test for gravity.
Some people float.
If I hold
Some people aren't as heavy as you.
If I hold up a ball and drop it, that's gravity. How do you prove there's a God? You point to the sky?
No, you see the effects. You see the effects of gravity, and you see the effects of God.
God made the fucking gravity, you asshole.
So what's an effect of God?
Would you rather a non-effective God?
Look at nature. Look at a seed. Look at what a seed and an apple can do. I mean, it's
an apple seed.
Did that just come about by accident? That seed,
Yeah.
that tiny seed that can make
So
a tree
tiny.
come from it.
It comes from it.
These are amazing.
I mean, apples are
things
apples.
That
They're delicious.
Oranges are oranges. Grapes are grapes.
like they seem to indicate intelligent design. That's the thing.
I feel like
So,
that's a little bit of a stretch.
a stretch
A
from
stretch.
a seed becoming a tree. That just happened by accident.
Yeah.
That a tiny seed.
I don't think you
Just
need
like
a higher.
baby comes
I don't.
from your
Yeah,
cum.
you don't need a higher
A baby
being
comes out of your dick.
to make an apple. You grow an apple tree.
You don't grow the apple tree. The tree comes from this amazing.
Well,
seed.
no, you plant the seed. Therefore, you've grown the apple tree.
Well, you don't do much really. You just put it in the ground.
Well, you
and
have to
all the-
water
just
it.
put it
You
in.
have to.
And it happens. It happens on.
You have to tender to it. You have to.
it is tender.
You create the apple tree.
Yeah.
That's you. That's not a
You
god.
sow the seed.
That's you. You can't just put a seed in the ground and walk away and boom, an apple tree. You
Yes,
have to
you
make
can.
sure you do things to
Why do
grow
you
it.
think there's
You,
such a
you
problem with
definitely
food
can,
stamps
You can just
and
put
child
it there,
support?
and an apple tree can grow because rain will come down.
You just put it
and
there.
the nutrients in the soil will nourish it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just happens like that. And like if you
But
ever
that's nature.
seen-
That's not God.
It's what?
It's nature. I mean, that's things happen. It's not
Nature,
a god.
Right. Nature is.
Why do we have to say
incredibly-
there's a higher being behind all of it?
You don't have to say it, but if you think about it, where did all this amazing nature come from? Like, it's kind
From
of
the
like
planet Earth.
From the god.
Oh, that's BS.
Or think about like if somebody showed you a painting by Van Gogh or Rembrandt, whatever.
And said God made this, I'd say no. God didn't paint that. Van
God
Gogh
made
or
him make
Rembrandt
that
or whatever
for you,
painted
you
it.
asshole.
Obviously, God didn't paint that. Why would I say that?
Right. So you show the person this painting, and the person says, "Who made that painting?" Oh, you say nobody.
God made
It
that
just,
fucking painting.
Like these colors just fell on the painting in this way. It just happened by accident. You would have a hard time believing that.
I would.
I would, but if they told me
would.
Van Gogh painted it, I'd be like, okay, cool. But if they said God painted it, I'd be like, no,
Yes,
an artist
'cause
painted that,
They
not God.
They can't do that without God in their lives,
No,
John.
it's an artist that painted it.
Shut up,
And
John.
The point is that there was an
Divine
intelligence-
intervention.
There was
I believe in
talent
it.
behind it. There was amazing talent that produced it. It didn't. All
Yeah, there was a
Fuck
person who had that amazing
Inspired by
talent that
God.
made it, who wasn't a god, they were a human being.
If they-
Exactly.
Yeah,
this
so you
is-
agree.
This is
There's no
this
God.
Is what we're talking about. When we see this amazing world, it's very far-fetched. We could believe it, to believe that it just accidentally happened like this
No,
with
it
no
did not.
thing. We could believe that, just like the painting just accidentally came about with nobody really creating it. But when we see this amazing world, the same thing. We think there's got to be something behind it. We don't have to think that, but we may think there must be something behind that. So
You are
that's-
convincing me, Breaka. I think you are right. I don't think it was a god, though. I think it was a nerd on a computer, and we're a simulation inside of that computer, because that's more plausible that a human being made us, or made the world. Not God. God is a non-human being.
This is
We
what
were-
happens when you let liberals think. Rick.
Why do you always have to insult me?
It's
Because
not
you just
funny.
hate everyone.
So you think it's more plausible that a nerd on the computer made us?
Yeah.
And who made the computer? I mean, this is
The Jews make the
Can't-
computers.
the what?
The Jews.
A guy in another simulation made the computer.
So that's the thing. I mean, it's kind of far-fetched. We could make up those kind of stories, but I think.
But
to
you
me,
made up
it
your own
seems-
story.
It
The right
seems
story.
it seems it's harder to believe that kind of stuff than to believe that there's some really unknown, way
Amazing
beyond our thinking
motherfucker out
entity
there.
that created all this.
He
So,
did.
I again, I wasn't brought up to believe in God, but
Yeah.
through my own thinking,
You
this is
found
what I've
him.
come to from my
I'm not
searching.
understanding, though, like, you grew up to be a very successful woman without God, so why would you want to force other people to need a God in their life?
Why would I think I've done all this without God? That doesn't make sense.
Well, you said you grew up without one.
It doesn't
so
make sense.
Doesn't your childhood kind of affect?
Dollars.
Oh, as a child, I
Had no God.
It wasn't that God didn't exist, but my father was saying that he didn't believe in God, or he didn't say he didn't believe in God. He was agnostic. He wasn't sure. He said, I don't know. I don't really know. But the stories in the Bible seem like fairy tales to me. That's what he would say.
Yeah, that's a lot of water.
What?
Noah's story has a lot of water.
Oh yeah.
That's what.
Definitely a lot of water, right? So I just want to put out there that these things that sound like fairy tales, what I learned later on in life is like that the Bible's really written in code, and we have to really delve in to get the deeper meanings and put a lot of energy in to understand it on a deeper level.
But if there was a God and he wrote this code for people, wouldn't he want it to be easily interpreted? Why would he make it so difficult to interpret?
Right, great question. So it is understandable on that level for children and children's Bible stories. Children can get...
So children can understand it, but adults can't.
Children...
No, hi, Breaker. We actually have somebody just called in. Hi, who's this?
Hey.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is John.
Yeah, this is John.
Do you have the money you owe me?
Who's this?
Frankie.
Please don't call here, Frankie. I'm in the middle of an interview.
I'm gonna break your legs, motherfucker, if you don't get me
No,
this money.
you're not. No, because it's a free country, and I don't need to pay you money.
You, that fucking libtard. I know
Don't
you are.
curse
I know you are.
on my radio show.
Hello?
Can you go now? How about hanging up the phone? I'm in the middle of something.
I want that fucking money I lent you, motherfucker.
I'm not giving you any money because it's a free country.
You gotta fucking pay back. I lent it to you, and I had guys.
All right, I'm hanging up now
I had
because you
3
won't hang
black
up.
guys.
Bye.
And they're gonna...
No, black guys love me.
No, not my black guys. My black guys are gonna fucking kill you.
Your black guys love me, and my
You
black
don't have
guys.
any black guys.
I have tons of black guys. I have tons of black friends. You obviously don't, because you're a drug dealer and an asshole.
And you borrowed the money and didn't return it.
Nope, lies. All right, Breako, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Where they can find me on Amazon. It's spelled. My first name is Bracha, and my last name is Goetz, Goetz. And if you want to meet my books, you could go there and see them all. Anybody that's interested, not being forced, not being pushed. If you want to look at them, you could visit that.
All right, thank you, Breaka. Praise the Lord.